Welcome everybody, Scott Cooks, and tonight's experiment. We're going to use our Ninja Foodi. We're going to do some pressure cooking. And what you see here is USDA choice beef bottom round steak. Now I bought this steak intentionally thin, but not quite as thin as I wanted. So we're going to serve this steak on these brioche pretzel rolls. Don't they look good? Oh boy. Can't wait for that. So we got these brioche pretzel rolls. We're going to cook that steak. We're going to tenderize it in the pressure cooker. We're going to throw some onions in there with it and get everything super tender. Then I'm going to bring it out on the cutting board and we're going to chop it up nice and fine. We're going to add a little bit of this to the bottom to give it some good flavor, and we'll be melting some sliced Swiss over the top. And for the onion, I've got this white onion here, and I'm going to slice it up here in a minute. And I'm going to make up a little sauce to go with it too, just a little mayo, mayonnaise, stuff like that. We'll be seasoning our beef tonight with the Better Than Bullion, and also I'm just going to sprinkle a little of this on it too. Anyway, let's get started. Now, when I said experiment, I kind of meant it. I know exactly what I want to do. I know how I want it to turn out. Now we just got to figure out how to get there. So I got about 2 cups of water in my Ninja Foodi pot. To that, I'm going to add about 1 good tablespoon of Better Than Bullion. Now, if you've never seen the Better Than Bullion, it's a very, very, very thick paste. So it's a little hard to work with, but I'll show you how to do it. Now, this stuff is so much flavor, and I'm not kidding you, a little bit goes an awful long way. So that's probably 3/4 of a tablespoon. Now that's not going to really melt much until I start get the water hot. Once I get the water hot, we'll stir that in real good. That's what we're going to go do right now. So put your pot in your Foodi, go ahead and power it up, sear saute high 4 H4, and hit the go button. We're going to bring this up to a little simmer until we get that all dissolved, and then we're going to move on to the next step. While we're waiting on that, I'm going to go ahead and cut up some of those onions into rings and get those ready to drop in with the beef. And here you go, got me some nice onion rings, thinly sliced. We're just going to put these right in the broth with the beef. All right, the water is getting warmer. Things are starting to happen here. Just go ahead and throw these right in with it. And we don't want to get started until we get all that dissolved. Now it will dissolve obviously under pressure, but I like to get it all good and dissolved before I start, just to avoid any potential issues. Now this Better Than Bullion has a tremendous amount of flavor, but you know me. You know I love my pink salt, Himalayan, pepper, garlic, and all that stuff. So we're just going to season it up a little bit. Can never have enough seasoning. Well, I guess you could have too much seasoning if it's a bad seasoning. But anyway, I can feel the heat. We're just about there. And get this up to a little bit of simmer, and I'll show you a little tip to help with that. Just simply put the lid down. Now it's going to get hot fast. Well, there we go. By closing the lid, we got her to a boil, and I know this is weird, but this is how we're going to do it. We're going straight in, guys, straight in, right into the liquid. Oh. And again, my main goal here is to just get that Better Than Bullion flavor. Look at that. It's already getting brown from the hot water. So this is going to cook really fast. Let's go. We're going to pressure it. Start with the valve. Make sure she's set to seal. All right, go ahead and stop the high 4 thing. Slide your lever, if you have one, all the way over. High is what we want. This is not going to take long. I think I'm going to do a 10 and a 10, meaning 10 under pressure and 10 natural pressure released, meaning obviously I just don't do anything. So for a total of 20 minutes. I know that's a lot, but remember what I'm trying to get out of this. Now the water was boiling, so my preheat is going to be very quick this go around, and we'll see you back in about 25 minutes when we pull it. All right, we just finished the pressure portion, and we'll go ahead and get our little bit of spread mixed up here. I got a couple spoonfuls of mayonnaise. We're only gonna make a couple sandwiches tonight, so I don't need too much. So a little bit of that. Obviously, if you don't like a lot of something, don't put a lot of something in it. That was yellow mustard. Then we're gonna go in with a little honey. So it's gonna be kind of like a honey mustard, mayonnaise-y kind of thing. Stir that up. And that's what we're gonna put on our pretzel rolls. And in just a few minutes, we're gonna come in with the steak and onions and chop them, shred them, cut them, scissor them, whatever we're gonna do to get them onto our bread. All right, boy, that looks really good. So I got this out. It's gonna be a little bit of a broth flying around on us, but I got this out of the pot. We've got as many onions as I could dig out of there, and let's first off see if we can just shred it. It's super hot. I gotta be a little careful here with my hand goes. But yeah, she's cutting nice. Cutting real nice. So we're just gonna chop this up. Well, that's chopped just perfectly. Just tried another piece. That is delicious. I'm gonna have another one. Being laughed at over here. It's just so good, you gotta just keep eating it. All right, so there we go with our chopped beef. I'm gonna go ahead and get our pretzel rolls ready, load them up. So here's our pretzel rolls. Super soft inside. Got the salt, the pretzel outside going on. And they are cold, they're room temperature. So I think I'm gonna toast these very slightly in the Foodie. Well, okay guys, I've decided that I'm gonna go ahead and just load these. So I'm going to toast the bun and melt the cheese. All in, hit the camera, sorry. All in one shot. So I'm going to get a good amount of this on here, the dressing that I just made. Look at that, beautiful. Then we're going to take some of this meat and load them up. Mo meat, perfect. And let's set that down. Let that Swiss melt all over the place. More cheese. And there we go. And I'm going to put the basket, the metal rack into the basket and load these up. Go ahead and make the next one. Same deal. And I got enough steak and rolls here. I can do this 4 more times and probably still have some steak left over. So here we go, I got 2 of them on the rack in the pot. We're gonna put this guy in, and now I got this on the lower position because I don't wanna burn this stuff. We're gonna put it on air fry, melt the cheese, toast up the bun a little bit, and we're ready to eat. Well, there we go guys, right out of the Ninja Foodi. That was a 390 air fry for 3.5, well, maybe close to 4 minutes. I got it toasty, I got my cheese melted. This is going to be fantastic. Cool. All right, I know a lot of people always ask, what are you having on the side? Well, tonight we decided to go with a macaroni and cheese with lobster. And that's the brand name, Dockside Classics. I did read the ingredients. You're probably thinking that it's fake lobster, but actually that is the real deal. So I'm pretty happy with that. You can see, I mean, not a lot, but you can see chunks of lobster in there. And I got 3 or 4 different kinds of cheeses, Monterey Jack, cheddar, cream cheese is in there. And I think this should pair pretty well with the cheeses we got going over here and the other flavors. Let's go ahead and give this thing a try. Well, you can already guess, this is probably going to be a little bit messy. So I'm going to do my best here without spilling too much. So let's squish it together pretty good. There we go. There we go. And let's get a good bite of this. I'm looking forward to this one, y'all. Okay, first off, the pretzel roll hits you right away. That salt is excellent. The toasty pretzel, you know what a pretzel tastes like. And then with the dressing that I made, the mayonnaise, the mustard, and the honey, combination with that meat that was just pressured with that Better Than Bullion, plus the onions in the pressure. Oh my gosh, this is probably better than you're gonna buy on the side of the street, getting like a steak sub or something. This is so good and inexpensive, really. The meat wasn't that bad. It was like $5 for that pack of meat, maybe $6. The rolls were a little expensive, I'll be honest with you, but you get a lot. That's a 6-pack of rolls. Anyway, the lobster mac, let's give that a shot. All right, here we go. Got that lobster, macaroni, all those cheeses. I've had a lot of lobster. Not sure what I'm going to say about that one. It's very seafoody, very fishy, even though there's no fish in it. Interesting. It's not bad. Not sure I would buy it again. Hey, not everything's a win. Anyway, this steak sub roll is definitely a win. Make sure you give it a try. I'll see you real soon on the next video.